Well, by God, I guarantee you we're going to learn something today about cameras. I'm going to try to be as quick as absolutely possible. Now, there's an old saying, it's been around for thousands of years, right tool for the right job. Now, here's an image I took back in 2016, it was? Yeah, 2016. That was an X100T. You see the back of the LCD screen is blacked out. Now, I am so sorry I can't remember the name of this photographer. I'm really bad with names. Point being, this guy is the most hardcore street photographer and candid photographer you'd ever meet. He has done more in a year than 1,000 other photographers combined. He has huge, huge books of his own photography. He's greatly beloved. He's actually extremely sun-scorched. He travels all over the world. I guess he's kind of wealthy, you could say, but this is his X100T. He also has an X Pro 2 that's like this. I met him at a local camera store, and the X100T, the X100F, the X100S have the same form factor, design intent, essentially, as that of the X Pro 2, X Pro 3. Right tool for the right job. Now, I'm not a big fan of the Nikon D5, but that's not really the point here. When the Nikon D5 was announced, of course, it's many, many thousands of dollars. People that don't know what a Nikon flagship series camera designed for, is for ultra hardcore sports, action, wildlife, and photojournalism. And when you actually add an LCD display with any sort of articulation on the back, it actually causes a break in the magnesium chassis, and it doesn't matter who makes it, Nikon, Canon, Sony. There is a slot in the back of the magnesium chassis that feeds information to the LCD display. This is why this incredibly expensive camera does not have an articulating screen at all. And this didn't come out all that long ago, but there were a lot of people, I'm not going to buy that damn Nikon. I mean, not only is it many countless thousands of dollars, there's no articulating screen on the back. Well, the design intent by Nikon, the same as Fujifilm, are for those that know what the hell the camera is for. There is no such thing as a camera that is the perfect tool for everything. I mean, some people think you could do everything with a hammer, and of course you can't. You know, you can't screw things in, or you do countless thousands of things with a hammer. Some people think you could do everything with a hammer. The Nikon D5, just like the new X100, the new X Pro 3, people are like, well, you know, the LCD screen. I've seen thousands and thousands of comments, well, easily well over 1,000. Just in the past 48 hours, oh my God, I hate the screen on the back of the X Pro 3. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, before you go off and accuse me of being a Fuji fanboy and like I'm just defending Fujifilm, ask yourself this question. Is the X Pro 3 and the X Pro 2 line, or including that of the X100S, X100T, X100F, and whatever comes after it, is that designed to step on the butt, okay? Step on the ass of the market intention for the XT3? No, it's not. Is it designed to step on the butt of the XT20 or XT30 or the XE3? No, it is absolutely not. Absolutely not. The people that actually design, now that's not to say that camera companies don't make mistakes. I mean, I've noted countless mistakes that all these camera companies have made, but the fact that there's not an LCD screen on the actual backpack side of the X Pro 3 is not a design mistake. It's not a faux pas. If you actually don't like that, then what that means is technically that Fujifilm didn't make a mistake, but the end use product for you, the more appropriate choice subjectively for you, would be an XE3 or an XT3, or I mean countless other, I mean Fujifilm, like Nikon and other brands, makes several different models of cameras to fit the specific niche desire of the specific photographer. There's a reason. There's several technical reasons why there's not an articulating screen on this multi-thousand-dollar flagship Nikon D5 camera. I'm not a fan of this camera for several reasons, but none of it has to do with the fact that there's not an articulating, tilty, shifty screen on the back. This camera does not want to break its magnesium chassis and have as an issue a point of entry for humidity, for bad weather, because the people that buy these damn cameras are using them for balls to the wall, ultra hardcore sports action, wildlife, and photojournalism. Shitty weather, times where you got to go out there and take the picture no matter what the hell the damn weather is, and you would never add an articulating screen on the back of a camera like that. No camera serves all purposes for all people. Nikon doesn't do that, Canon doesn't do that, and Fujifilm also does not do that. I tried to find this picture. It took me a while since I took it 3 years ago, but this camera is used by the single most hardcore, hard-ass, street and candid photographer I think you could possibly ever meet. I'm so sorry I can't remember his name. I took this at my local camera shop when he dropped by at a Fujifilm event. You could actually see the Fujifilm banner there laying on the table, the Fujifilm gear behind it. This is his camera. The people that use these cameras, the X100T and the X Pro 2, X Pro 3 line, have the same end user in mind. These people are not chimpmeisters, okay? They're not. There is this neat little thing in the back of the X Pro 2, X100 series. X Pro 3 called an EVF, and it's a hybrid optical EVF. If you want to chip off your images, you should look through the EVF. But the people that use these cameras are not LCD chimpmeisters. They're not. This is not a design issue from Fujifilm. It's absolutely not a design issue from Fujifilm. The fact that there is no screen on the back of let me see if I can bring up that image. Yeah, no, it's the same image. Excuse me. Anyway, you know exactly what the back of the X Pro 3, the new screen, looks like. I don't think I need to bring up anything. Here's another thing. Here's my cute little car. I took a picture of it out at the horse park. Now, this car is pretty friggin' impractical. The trunk on it is barely enough to hold a midget and a half. Yeah? Did I say that out loud? It's really tiny. It only holds 2 people. It's got a huge engine in it, by the way. But it's not practical for, like, hauling bricks. And it's not practical for, like, towing a camper. And that is not what this is designed for. A roadster, specifically, as the name implies, is designed to be a roadster, which means it's designed to be a little bitty car, lightweight, gigantic engine, and just burn rubber. Yeah? Yeah, right? That's what it's designed for. You can't haul much in it. You certainly can't haul the family in it. It's not practical for that. Well, the X Pro 3, X Pro 2 line, as well as the X100T, S, and F, and the next series after it, they're not designed to step on the ass of what the X-T3 is designed for. And the Nikon D5 was not designed to step on the ass of what the Nikon D850 with its articulating screen, or the Nikon D500 with its articulating screen. You see, a lot of people at the time the Nikon D5 was announced and the pictures were shown, oh my god, we know where the hell's the articulating screen. This camera costs thousands and thousands of dollars. What the hell? Well, it's not designed for those people. It's just not. This is not my opinion or feeling or belief. This is a fact. This image illustrates it perfectly. The X Pro 3 was designed for the person in mind that is the same guy that uses this camera, and this guy is as hardcore as it gets for street and candid photography. He doesn't use the LCD display. It is not designed for that. There is an LCD on the inside of the X Pro 3 for waist level viewing. But no camera is designed to be all things to all people. Some come kind of close. The X-T3, you could do everything with it. You could also pretty much do everything with an X Pro 2 or the upcoming X Pro 3. I'm not being a Fujifilm apologist here. I'm showing you exactly, identical analogies in Nikon. This is the same thing. Canon has the same thing. Same thing with this. This is not practical, but it is exactly what it is designed to do. It is meant to be a fast-ass car with a huge engine and a lightweight body, and is designed to peel rubber. It's not designed to burn ass on the road. It's not designed to haul bricks. And the X Pro 3 line, X Pro 2 line, is not designed for those that perpetually want to chimp off the back of their LCD display. It's not designed for that. Because even though camera companies make mistakes, the lack of an outward-facing LCD display on the X Pro 3 is not a design flaw. It is not a stupid mistake. It's not an issue. It's not a foobar. It's not like, oh my god, what the hell were they thinking? That was so stupid. It's exactly what the people that use these cameras want. You know, and if you don't like that, then there are other models like the XE3, the XT3, the XT30, GFX50R, GFX50, it's on and on and on. You know, no camera is designed to be all things to all people. For the end user design, the display on the X Pro 3 is exactly as intended. I mean, there's really not much to say about that because, oh, here it is. That's exactly what it's designed for. I mean, it can't be more succinct than that, and there's nothing to refute on that because it's a fact. So, there we go. If I upset you in the video, I don't apologize because, you know, we have to be practical here. We can't always think about what well, I wished it would have this because I want that. It's like, well, you have to ask yourself the question, well, who was this camera designed for? You know, when there was a team of people sitting around for ages thinking about the new design of the new camera, who did they design it for? Did they design it for you, or did they design it for a specific end user group? Yeah. And the X Pro 2 and 3 line have a more narrow bandwidth, if you will, of end user intended design. And that's the case with the Nikon D5, like I've already said. Doesn't have an LCD screen because that is not who it's designed for. Okay? You know, you really can't disagree with me here. You can hate me for the way I say it or complain about, you know, me being a bit arrogant, but let's be honest with ourselves here. Okay? Okay. Okay.